Hi, it's Robert Murray and welcome to this week's Leadership Minute, the 1-minute video blog where I've got a minute to answer a question from leaders like you. The question I've got this week really came from a course that I was teaching at a local university a couple weeks ago, and it was all about core interpersonal skills and some of the tough conversations or difficult conversations that leaders need to have. And the question was from one of the students, how best do I deliver bad news? Well, and my answer was, and then the discussion that we got into with the class afterwards, after this question was asked, is, well, what do you think? And some of the stuff, the feedback that was coming from the class, totally agreed with my philosophy on it. Delivering bad news is one of those things that it's uncomfortable, it's difficult, nobody likes to do it. However, there's some really keys that you have to follow when delivering bad news. Number one, make sure that you are really, really authentic. Number two, make sure that you have really, really good logic behind it. So in other words, you understand the why, the what, and the how. That you're not making up any of the details along the way. Now, it might be delivering bad news to a group of people or delivering bad news one-on-one to somebody. But you have to make sure that you are being as authentic as you can, that you are focused on the logic of it, and that you're making sure that you are got all your facts straight. And then the third most important point is to be as empathetic as possible. Not sympathetic, but empathetic, and making sure that you're sincere as you're delivering that news. Do not be afraid of it. If it's one-on-one, make sure that you're doing it in private. If it's in a group, also make sure that there's lots of resources available for people if they need it afterwards, or that you're available to discuss afterwards. Now, delivering bad news is different than a termination. Delivering bad news might be that you're winding down a project and somebody's going to be redeployed. Something else has changed in the business. But the key here for a leader is never shy away from it, even though it's hard. And I get that, having done it many times. Especially when you know you're going into it and you're going to be disappointing somebody. But as I say quite often, leaders do tough things, and that's your job. Thanks very much.